Thank you very much for that. Thank you, thank you. This is really strange for me because usually we have people, even as they're leaving, we're going well over the 2-hour mark, and this is surprising to me that this is happening now. I think at least in Austin, everyone's getting ready to watch Louise Gale Richardson on public radio, which I think is, I think that's what everybody is doing. I have no idea, but I think I saw that, and I was trying to actually show off that I have a giant spider too. But I just pulled out the decorations. I'm like, oh, it's October. I guess I should pull these out. And I was trying to put it on my head, and I'm like, you can't see it, but whatever. I'm just sounding silly. But I wanted to thank you guys for reading, and I was going to end with by reading a few pieces for the end of the night, and they would be from the Down in the Dirt issue collection book from May to August of 2021, and it is titled, if you didn't hear it before, Lockdown's Over. Lockdown's over. Book titles are based on accepted writings within the book. That happens to be a title that is within this, and there's this cool statue of actually Eva Perón jumping out of a statue, which just looked like an appropriate thing for Lockdown's Over, so there you have it. I'm going to share 4 poems. They are one-pagers in this book, and 2 of them, one person here might know, Tom, would know I didn't write this as something as a dedication to Brian Lamont, but they are about him, and so that's just for your awareness. That's what these first 2 are in this book, and this first one is called Precariously Balanced. The world doesn't understand. I've been wanting to die since I almost died years ago. And I didn't know anyone else felt the way I did. We hold everything in. We put on a facade, and everyone ascribes it to our quirky ways. But we've been dying, and no one sees it. Only when the corpse is discovered does it rattle you for a moment. But the pain doesn't go away. You people take a moment, you grieve, and then you think that time heals all wounds, but those who are forced to live know the difference. It's a balancing act, and we walk on between life and death. You want to think that life is good, and it can be. But everything that could be terrible is lurking right behind. It's a balancing act. It's a tightrope walk. Some have slipped off. Some only precariously balance.
Thanks for remembering.
That's the first one. And this other one is titled Ever Felt Safe. The safe word is gentleman. You see, I'm running out of safe words, and I can't use my favorite safe word over and over again. By the way, my favorite safe word is pomegranate, but there's only so many times you can get away with using that. The safe word is gentleman, and I try to remember what a gentleman is like, and I try to remember the last time I felt safe. I remember feeling safe in my self-proclaimed big city hometown. I also remember feeling safe when visiting New York. I don't know. For some reason, I've always felt safe when I'm closer to both high-rises and derelicts. They say the safe word is gentleman. But the only time I've ever felt safe was when I could truly find a gentleman in a big city. They might not look like a gentleman. They might shave their head. They might wear a leather jacket and smoke and drink to oblivion. But that was my gentleman. So when you finally go back to find that just right someone, to realize they are gone, where did they go, you wonder, as you then begin to wonder what oblivion looks like and what that safe word was again.
Wow.
I've written something for him, and that was for that, but those 2 were just other pieces that I did, thinking of Brian for anywho. I'll shush about that. All right, yay, Brian. I have two more. They're one-pagers, and as I've said before, if I happen to be able to release a poem as an Instagram image, I will. This is a one-page poem. It's too long for it, but it had an Instagram image. The poem is titled Exude More in Black, and it was written on May 21st, which is World Goth Day. World Goth Day. It's way too... You can see there are two of them here. I'm going to read both of these poems. This is it. If you wanted to see it, you can check it out in the book or whatever. It's me looking very goth. It's an old photo of me with a cloth over my head, and I'm wearing holding a dead flower. It's funny. Anywho, this is called Exude More in Black, and it's for World Goth Day. There are a select few who understand the ludicrosity of life at a very early age. And maybe it is at that early age when we feel more tormented than any adult, even if they have problems from their jobs, their precious, meaningless jobs. We see people parade around like they're either in a fashion show or more appropriately, a circus. So who cares if we dress up like Halloween is every day? Or if we wear black on the outside because black is how we feel on the inside? Because even if we can't wish Morrissey an unhappy birthday today, or drink with him until one becomes four and then we fall on the floor and drink more, we can still wear black and talk about and act all proto-goth. And you can think that it's only about depression. And you're right, it's true. It's hard to be happy when you don't hide from evil. But just keep in mind that this black we wear, that black is actually the presence of all color. So we just see and exude more than you could ever do. We've known it since our childhood, and for that, we grasp more than you. There's your World Goth Day one. Sorry, there's your World Goth Day one. John McMullen is saying something and he's muted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Black is really the absence of all colors. White is all colors together.
Well, no matter. which winner? When it's in here, it's done. And there's just never mind. Anywho, it's I think World Goth Day. I think the 21st, which is why I put Morrissey in there. I think that's Morrissey's birthday too. I think I heard that, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so funny that Morrissey's birthday is World Goth Day, and they're not linked, but that's just a funny, weird coincidence, but not that he's goth, but it's just funny. Anyway, this last one is a more humorous piece, and as I had said, I'd shown the image before, you're not going to be able to see it. It's just a piece of candy on a piece of wood, and it came with this poem that I wrote that is titled XTC from Found Candy. After stumbling out of the brewery with our open beers in our hands last night, we sat at a picnic table and found what looked like a single loose piece of hard candy. But then I remembered the strips of LSD, how drug makers etched designs into them for identification. I thought about the Daffy Duck tabs I remembered, and I looked at one of these little tiny lone blue ducks with etchings on it, seemingly stranded at this picnic table. And I wondered if anyone was brave enough to try this loose piece of what could have been candy, just to see what happens. We laughed our butts off. We were like, this is like, it looks like this could be a thing for it's not. It was a piece of candy, but we were just having fun with that for that. Anyway, I'm just giving you a little installment of poetry from this issue collection book because the October, Tom has been lost, and so I heard a bit of a laughter, and then he's frozen. So, I was just going to say, I would share stuff from the new issues of CC&D and Down in the Dirt, but they have yet to arrive. I had to reorder issues and have them rushed here, and they're actually supposed to be arriving today. I was kind of hoping they would show up before this open mic would start so I could share with you these brand new issues that are out. But if you want to check them out, you can always go to scars.tv and learn it for either magazine. I hear Tom, I think in order for Tom to talk, he has to turn off his video, I think. I got an okay out of that. So, I mean,
I just wanted to thank you, Jen, and thank you, John, and thank you, Therese, and thank you, David.
And
wonderful afternoon of very fine poetry.
and thank you. I'm sorry that everybody had to go, and and you were the walking on clouds poet today. So
Thank you.
well, you were literally. You had a gate and everything. So I just wanted to thank each and every one of you so much for this opportunity. The next one will be on the first Sunday in November. That is November 7th, I believe, because Monday the first day is a Monday, so it'll be the following Sunday. So I believe that's the 7th is the first of the month. So there will be a Facebook event listing for it. The Zoom meeting will still be here. I want to thank John F. McMillan for hosting this once again. You are the best. You guys are all the best. And everybody who had to leave early is the best. And I think everybody's going to go off and rush because the time is up and everybody's going to rush to watch Louise Gale Richardson on Austin Public Access Television, or else watch the Steelers, I think, getting their ass kicked in football right now. I think that's what my husband's watching right now. I have no idea. So I hope, thank you everyone. Thank you again. I look forward to seeing you next month, and thank you all for making the world better with poetry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So happy to hear you read.
It was good to hear you.
The like falling off and the in between of life and death really rattled me, to use one of your phrases in there. Really strong, really powerful. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you liked it, and thank you. Yeah, a gentleman had died here, and I had written something about him.
Oh my.